Hey guys, and welcome back to a brand new video on this channel. For today, I'm going to be showing you guys how to log Discord messages with Python requests. We're going to be using Python requests as opposed to the previous video, which showed you guys how to do it using discord.py. Okay, let's get straight into the video. All right, so we have our file here. We're just going to open this up. For this video, we're going to be using my API as I showed you guys in the last video here. So let's just open this up. So we have all of our methods here, all of our functions. And you can just ignore this. This is just irrelevant. I'm just using this just to grab my token and hide it in the video. But to actually log Discord messages, what we're going to do is we are going to grab a channel ID. So let me go open up my Discord real quick. Okay, to get started, we're going to actually define a channel method. So what we're going to do is we're going to set channel to bot.getChannel. And we are going to grab a channel ID from my Discord server. So in this case, we're going to be using my old Discord server since it has more messages in it. Okay, so right here we have our Discord server. I'm just going to copy the ID of general and we're going to put it in here. So as you guys can see here, if we go to the get channel class, you can see that the ID is the only parameter that it takes. So it's going to be bot.getChannel and then the ID. And then from here, what we can do is we can actually scroll down to see some of the functions in here. We have get messages and log messages. So what each of these do is the get messages is actually the method that gets the messages from the Discord channel. And then log messages actually formats it into a file for you. So it's really easy to read. So essentially what this is good for is it's good for server owners who just like to keep an eye on their Discord servers. So let's say you wanted to set an ongoing loop, you can have your server or your account actually grab the messages and log them into a file every so often. So it's actually very, very essential for Discord servers. What we can do now is we can do channel.getMessages. We're going to put a limit of 100. Essentially, the limit is just the max amount of messages it's going to grab. I believe the max is either 100 or 200. I can't remember specifically what the number is, but they do have a limit of the messages or the max messages. So I would recommend doing this every hour or so if your server is very active. Okay, so now what we can do is this has actually gotten the messages. As you guys can see here, get messages, it just takes the limit. So what we can do now is we can set this to a variable, set this to messages. So now we just have a messages variable set to channel.getMessages with the limit of 100. And next, what we can do is we can actually log the messages to a file. So we're going to take a look at the method down here, log messages. So it has two parameters. We have messages and the file name. So the messages is actually the object messages. So we would put this in here, but since it's named messages, as we've already named it, we can just use that. And then the file name. So this is just a string. It can be anything, really. I would recommend a text file, obviously, but you can technically name it anything you want. So in this case, what we're going to do is we're going to do channel.log messages. We're going to define our parameter messages here. So we're going to put messages and then a file name. So we'll just call it log.txt. Keep in mind that it does do this in the directory that you are in. So since the tutorial.py file is in the desktop, it's just going to create the log file on the desktop. So what we can do now is if we run this, I'm going to go through and we're going to get a log.txt file, as you guys can see here. So if we open this up, you can actually see that it does have a ton of messages in it. So this should be the past 100 messages. Obviously, there is some interesting things going on here. So it is formatted a little bit weird for certain messages because I believe this is a bot message actually. Yeah, it looks like a bot message. So some messages are going to be a little bit weird because some people format their messages weird. I think this was my message. Yeah, so as you can see, it does the best it can formatting all the messages that it has. These are just a bunch of random messages from the Discord server. So if we were to actually go look at my Discord server here and we go here, we can see everyone new video. That's the newest message. Hey y'all, I've released my API. Hey y'all, yep. And so and so and so and so. So it does its best that it can. Obviously with certain messages such as pictures and stuff, it's not going to actually be able to do that. I might update it to actually include the URL of images if possible. For being a self-bot, it's doing a pretty decent job on actually logging all the messages. It is fairly simple. With my new API, it is very simple to do certain things like this. So if you are a server owner, and you are in need of a simple API to write certain code, I recommend this one. All you have to do is join my Discord server, first link down in the description. Do max10 display, and it's right here. So you just got to import it from max10 import selfbot and say bot is equal to selfbot, token equals your token. Yeah, it's fairly simple to set up, and I will be doing more videos on my API in the future. It is very simple to set up and use. As you guys can see here, we did this with 3 lines of code, 4 lines if you want to include this, but so it is very simple to use. If you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to ask or join my Discord server down below. If you all did enjoy the video, if you did, be sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Have a nice day.